competitive Pokemon of all time, so that's really cool.
And now let's see what new typing we'll be giving to this convergent Ferrothorn. Your first up is the Steel type. Ferrothorn is already Steel type, but I guess we're gonna just roll with it and Steel Water type. A little weird that it's still Steel type, but Steel Water type is actually incredibly rare typing, so I think it's good. The last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do, a signature ability. It's got a rough exterior, but underneath is a great personality. The first stage of your Pokemon is Ferroshell, the hard shell Pokemon. These Pokemon you to gain riches or lose a hand. At level 40, it would evolve into Ferroyster. Pokemon are obsessed with shiny objects, especially pearls, and spend entire lives in search of the largest and most expensive pearls they can find, which they will guard with their lives. Could it even be said that the larger a pearl that Ferroyster has, the more and more protective it'll become? And this is reflected in its signature ability, Pearltective, which states that Ferroyster will gain additional points to its defense stat in battle based on the type of pearl it's holding, with regular pearls giving plus 10 defense, big pearls giving plus 30, and a string of pearls giving plus 50, which kind of makes Ferroyster the first ever pay-to-win Pokemon. In terms of stats, Oyster, of course, has really good physical defense. Curiously, it also has pretty good special attack, but really bad special defense. And for the shiny, I went with this Pearlescent. Now let's get into the second Pokemon. And will be for Tinder321, who said that I should turn Silk Song characters into Pokemon. And that's a really good idea, but one of the artists for this series, Debase Illustrations, is already doing that over on their YouTube. So after this, y'all should go check that out. But anyways, Tinder, let's start by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you are going to be a Pokemon, and you are going to be a pseudo-legendary that is epic. Now, every pseudo-legendary has been a 3-stage evolution line, but we do still spin this wheel where you have a chance to get less than that or a split evolution, but you got the standard 3-stage. Now, let's see what typing the pseudo-legendary is going to be. Your first up is going to be None. It's weird. I don't think there's ever been a pseudo-legendary just one type. I guess Goodra is pure dragon, but you are pure type, which doesn't exactly feel like pseudo-legendary typing, but I bet we still make something cool. And the last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do an additional form. There's definitely never been a pseudo with an additional form. It's awesome. It's time to stop and smell. The first stage of your Pokemon is Squirtle, the Rose Buddy Pokemon. These Pokemon are very heroic and don't hesitate to get in the way when people or Pokemon are bullying others. And while this does often lead to Spyrose getting its bud kicked, it always manages to get back up. And at level 41, it evolves into a Peace. Now sporting much improved fighting ability, this Pokemon is known to team up in small groups of a Peace Stem, which perform good deeds across the forest landscape, such as stealing berries from the